You're watching a Youth TV, empowering you.
Hello everyone out there. Today we are at Reproductive Health Uganda, and this is a team from Bara University of Science and Technology, still on the issues concerning reproductive health and birth control. Your health matters. Do not live by chance, but let you determine your own choices. Yes, I don't want to become a mother right now. Then what do? I have to abstain or use contraception. And if you want to have your baby, then yes, go on. But what matters is you to make a difference and to stand out and know what you want. It starts with me, it starts with you. Very many doctors, health workers shared with us a lot. Do not miss the package that we have for you today.
I'm going to be writing as if I was take long because if I would take long, yet I plan to take like 20 minutes. So, but still, since I'm long, this one planning for more messages. Isn't it? One planning. Once you get to know about what I'm saying, you sort of get a little bit there. Yeah, sometimes the entry point is always difficult, but once you get in, you get to know the place, you get used to the people, you know. So you get that free time. You come for more and more messages, which can literally help you and your fellows. So for family planning, to me, it should be a decision, an individual decision, or a couple's decision on how many children a person should have, when, how often, on the required time or according to Minister of Health policy, that is family planning. An individual's decision or a couple on how many children a person should have, how often, for how long. You will see how those things, what that the way or she wants to have a child. Some people have decided to have the test tube babies. Yeah, those ones are there. For how long? According to the policies of Uganda, a person should have a child when she is above 18 years. From 18 years. Once you conceive below that, you are not supposed to have a child. So have a child at 18 years and above. Then, how should these children follow one another? They should follow one another when when the child is 2 years. When a child is 2 years. Because we presume that a child, when he's 2 years, you as a mother, you have prepared yourself to have another one. You will have time to look after the one that will follow this one. You will also at the same time have time and strength to look after this one. You have what? You have delivered. Yes. And we always say, it's better to have a child when you are 13 years, when you are below 35. You should have, by 35 years, we always say at least a person should have delivered the most required children. How many? We always say a mother should have children, at least 4. Once you go beyond 4 children, you've gone ahead the policy of what? Of Uganda. Why? We always say when you have more children, the uterus, the womb, always are weakened. So there is a possibility of facing challenges when you are delivering. They can rupture. Those are the mothers who always get ruptured uteruses. because the uterus cells are old, they become weak. They become weak. In becoming weak, it means when you are contracting, when you are having like you are delivering like the fifth child, sixth child, they can easily rupture. You can die. The baby also can die. So that is family planning in brief. Who should be on family planning?
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
Which reasons do you give for a person to give birth to produce before 35 years?
Sorry?
The reasons why a woman is supposed to give birth before 35 years.
Oh, thanks so much. After 5 years is also related to it is also related, like when you grow old, always the bones have the heart. Pushing a child might be also a problem. The strength, it will not be there. So always mothers are energetic in between 35 and 18. Once you go above 35, even though you are in maternity, those mothers above 35, it's not easy. Sometimes it's a bit hard. They really strain. They need a lot of strength. They are very weak. So it is advisable to have a child before 35 years. And of course, when you had never delivered and you go above 35 years, definitely never attempt to deliver by yourself, what we call normal vaginal delivery. It's better you take yourself, they do what we call elective cesarean section. Because the bone will have fully ossified, they will have grown and hardened. So contracting, when you deliver these pelvic bones, they give way. They extend behind so that the child can go through. But above that, they are hardened, they are very fixed. There is no way those bones can separate or can really extend and allow the baby to pass through. So that's why they do elective cesarean section. So I have reached where I said that for family planning, anybody can use the family planning. Anybody can use family planning. So long as you are in a reproductive age. For youth, we say you can abstain. But those ones who have failed totally, because there are those ones who say, I cannot really go without sex. You use family planning. It is allowed. They are there for you. They are there for youth. Why? Family planning, first of all, they reduce on maternal mortality, that is the death of mothers when they are pregnant, when they are delivering, and even within 42 days after delivery. This is the medicine. Meaning that when you are on family planning method, you will have avoided death within those days. Meaning that you will die any other cause, but it's not related to pregnancy. So it really family planning prevents maternal mortality and child mortality. Of course, when you are on family planning, the child will not die because you will not have conceived. The mother will not die because she will not have conceived. Another thing, of course, the family planning it has advantages on children, on mothers, and also on the fathers and the country at large. Of course, for the child, for children, of course, there is that bond that is created between the mother and the child. When you are breastfeeding, our children tend to be bonded to us so closely. They tend to know this is my mother. They even hear your voice when they are even like 1-2 days. You will see just a child doing like this, yet he's very young. So they bond. But you take this child when you are not on family planning and you deliver today, in the next 2 months you conceive. What do you expect will happen to this child? Do you see the impact?
Maybe.
This baby will be traumatized throughout his life. Will be traumatized. Much as they are younger, but they do understand. They will know that my mother just... But if you don't breastfeed this child fully, it means surely this child will not grow well. Will not grow well. You are going to introduce these other feeds that are not so nutritious. They will cause diseases. When they cause the diseases, the diarrhea, the what, now this child will not be able to grow well. But you leave the child for breast milk, we always say exclusively breastfeed for 6 months. You leave this child on the breast for 6 months without giving her or him anything. Then after 6 months, you breastfeed, at the same time you introduce other feedings. When we go to a mother, the mother also feels that bond with her child. But when you don't go on family planning and you conceive, it means you are going to separate this child to the grandmom, to the auntie, to where now this child will not grow well. Will not grow well. She will not be able to experience that love. That bondage will be cut off. And when it's cut off, definitely what do you expect? The mother will not be able to look after her family well. You know the burden of pregnancy. Now from nowhere, in 2 months' time, in 6 months' time, I'm pregnant again. There's no power, there's no energy. Do you think this mother will look after well the child, the children, the husband, the maintenance of the home? You know, it's not easy. Will not be able to gain strength. Today I'm pregnant, tomorrow I'm going to deliver. Within 6 months, within 2 months I'm pregnant. Within 9 months I have to deliver. I'm losing blood, you know. I'll become anemic, I'll become very weak. Hence, the source of death, maternal mortality. So you can see, the mother will be able to become strong in each and everything, but you just ignore it. You will see what will happen. What will happen? These are mothers, when the husbands come, they don't have even time to cater for them. They don't have time. This child is crying, the other one is also there, this one is crying, you know. So disorganized. But you space well your children, you will see what I mean. Those are all those advantages of family planning to a mother. Now you go to a father. The father also has advantages as family planning is concerned. The father will not be burdened by school fees, meals, medical care, everything. This one wants the trouser, this one wants shoes, this one is is torn, this one's school fees, just, you know. But when you have few children, definitely you will be able to look after them. You will satisfy their needs. You will buy them whatever they want. You pay school fees in time. Your children will look after well. I mean, they will look nice. They will study in good schools, and when they study in good schools, they will excel. But you with many, you know what I mean. You know where they will stop. The highest will go up to, if they try, P7. If they don't try P5, P3, other nil, they don't go to anyone. No money. These are the people, when their children stop, reach like in P7, they will say, no, Agnes, you sit. You sit so that your fellows also can follow you and they reach also in P7. And sometimes these are families that have bright children. They are very bright but no money. Lack of school fees. A country. Do you know why sometimes the community shouts that there are no drugs at health centers? Have you ever realized why? The population is high. If there are few people, the country can easily manage to supply the needs that is required by the community. The country can be able even to sponsor all the students that are in the secondary schools and that are in private schools, but resources. There are very few, they cannot be able to be consumed by the population because we are many. So if family planning is used, if needed resources will be what? Will be enough for its what? For its people. That is advantages of family planning. Now, what do we have for family planning? We have all the methods. We have what we call pills. Pills. Okay, I will start by saying that we have the hormonals and non-hormonals. Hormonals, we have pills. We have pills. We have implants. We have injections. Then non-hormonal, we have condoms. And IUD. Then there are also natural methods, natural family planning, which we may not go in too deep because sometimes they betray so many. So if I start with mechanism of action, how do they work? These hormones, they almost have the same mechanism of action. In a layman's language, first of all, they don't allow the ovaries to grow. The ovaries to grow. They remain young, and something that is young cannot conceive. So meaning that if you take them and your ovaries your eggs have not grown, they remain immature, it means you won't be able to do what? To conceive. Then another thing, meaning all these hormones, they all almost work at the same. The uterus, it will remain, there is a way they make it to be hardened, when you are going to conceive, like when you are almost experiencing your period. There is a way the inner part of the uterus or the inner part of the womb, there is a way it just nourishes itself. It becomes so soft, it becomes so nice looking, so that like when a person conceives, the the placenta gets where to insert by itself for the growing fetus. But now these hormonal drugs, hormonal methods, they won't be able to allow that part to prepare itself. Meaning that when you conceive, there is nowhere the placenta will insert itself. It will remain hard like this. That is the second way. The third way, it thickens the cervical mucus. In our private part in the cervix, in the cervix there are some fluids that are there. So instead of being light, for it becomes so hard. Meaning that when you sleep with a man and ejaculates, the semen will not be able to go through. Meaning that there is nothing that will go to fertilize the what? To fertilize the egg. That is the mechanism of action for hormonal methods. For pills, we have to take every day at the same time. Every day at the same time.
If I told you miss juice that are fresh.
I'm going to tell you. Every day at the same time. Those are pills. When you forget one day, immediately, let me say you are taking like at 7 p.m. but you remember like at 8. Immediately you get a pill and take it. When 8, immediately you get the pill and do what? And take it. But when you forget 2 days, you get 2 pills and take them. And when it comes for your time to take, you also take. When it comes to your time of taking, you take. But remember to use like a backup method. The backup method is like use of condoms, or you abstain. Then when you go into your periods, you throw away this the pill, the cycle that you've been taking. Then you get a new one. Then you get a what? A new one. I don't know if you have captured that. When you forget one day, I've been taking today. I've been taking like at 7. But when I woke up like at 10, I've remembered, I've forgotten my pill. You wake up and take it. Then you continue as usual. But when you forget 2 pills, you get 2 by the time you have remembered. You take them. Then you continue taking as usual. But pill, you throw away this one. So you get another pill, you take as usual. When you forget 3 days, you are going to throw away this. You are going to throw it away completely. Then you use a backup method, condoms, or you abstain. Then when you get your periods, you get a new cycle and do what? And take.
Those pills are they
Sorry?
harmful or use?
Sorry?
Are they not harmful or use?
Let me first finish, then you will ask 2 questions, then I will answer you. Those are pills. We have emergencies. Emergency pills, they are taken, their work is to delay ovulation. They delay ovulation. Ovulation, that is the release of the ovum from the ovary. But remember, when it has already passed, opened, and it has already gone, sometimes you can conceive when you have taken the emergencies. But it is helpful. So for it is taken within 120 hours. 120 hours, those are 5 days. But the earlier the better. The earlier the what? The better. So let me say, when you have been raped, when you have gone to your boyfriend and maybe you did it without being prepared, like the way its name says, emergency, it is an emergency. It shouldn't be taken for granted that this is my family planning method. They have also their consequences. They have to be taken. This one is a bit stronger. It has more side effects compared to what? To cyanoprase. IUD, we put it, or intrauterine device, we put it in the uterus. In the uterus of a client. All these methods, mind you, they are not like for this one. I had already talked about it, that this one is for the adults, this one is for what? No. We've put IUDs to young people, and remember it is a non-hormonal method. Then condoms, we have the males, we have the female condoms. The mechanism of action is this one. For it, just it immobilizes sperms. When you put it in, you'll find that when sperms are in the uterus, they just get disorganized. They get disorganized. We think there is a child. They come back. Like when you can pray sex when you are pregnant, and another whatever cannot be, and another child cannot be conceived. This is IUD. This is IUD. This one is what goes into the uterus, and it stops around here. We cut the threads around here, then this one stays inside. And you are protected till you finish your studies, until you are going to wed. So, yeah, you put it there, you move today, tomorrow you go and wed. It's not here. Tomorrow you go and wed. And without anybody knowing. But now, instead of having unwanted pregnancy, I would rather put this. I remove today when even I'm in a courtship, I'm having it, and my husband will not know.
But
I remove it today, tomorrow when I'm going to wed. Yes.
you said these methods apply to all females. Yes.
All reproductive age people.
Would you recommend a student in high school to use the?
And the students in reproductive age.
Yes.
I do. Let me tell you, like those students in Kampala, they have their IUD with them. In a high school, S6S5, they have them. They have them.
Like what 10 years?
Yes, please.
Good
Good afternoon, how are you?
I have said you recommend them, but when we see in our societies,
Yes.
they are looked as when a child below, like current, when she reaches reproductive age,
Yes.
is in secondary,
Yes.
they find her using these contraceptives.
Yes.
They start to stigmatize her, talking about her, that she's using things which are not acceptable in the
For
society.
married
about
people.
What is accepted? What is accepted is unwanted pregnancy.
It is not accepted.
Now, even though it is your child, what would you recommend for your daughter? To have unwanted pregnancy at 14 years, and also to have a contraceptive. You put yourself on that, on being a mother with a child who is going to conceive, even at 14, 15, and also being on family planning. You put yourself under that.
Yes, but still you put yourself in that category.
Yes.
And in some cases, you find yourself in a quagmire state.
But do we accept that those people do have unprotected sex?
Yes, they
Do we accept it? But now, if we do accept it, what should we do to them?
equip them.
And of course, we have given sensitization, we have given health education talks, we have talked of unwanted pregnancies, we have talked of unsafe abortions, we have talked of on family planning, but there is no change. What do we do? And we want to reduce maternal mortality rate, we want to reduce infant mortality rate. What should we do?
We recommend them this.
To remove, now it's to remove that stigma and that thinking that these are
Just to
for
sensitize people
those who are-
about the stigma.
yeah.
To me, there should be continuous sensitization, health education, to this, to the society. It is the society.
They should even put them in the school, like the clinics, school dispensary.
Mm-hmm.
If they can put these and
if it's for a mixed school,
Yes.
so that girls can know that it's there. They will not be judged if she goes to the nurse and says, I want that.
Yeah, but that one, of course, will depend on the policy of the country. But then the country supports this. That's why I cannot feel ashamed of teaching family planning to a high school or whatever. We go there and teach. Though some, even head teachers and all that, they still have that thinking. You don't need to talk about family planning. Don't talk about family planning. But they forget that our pupils, our students, they have sexual intercourse and unprotected one. Recently, we had a client here, a young girl who has just completed P7. Fortunately, they came when it was already, they had done an abortion from out, so they came for treatment. P7. How do you think the mother felt? The mother was like, you people just see me, but I'm almost collapsing.
Excuse me, doctor.
Yes, please.
So that means family planning, that it has no age, that this age is recommended for family planning?
It has no age. So long as you can conceive. So long as you can conceive, then drugs are here.
So
if you feel like you don't want to have a child, everything is here.
Then it should be introduced at puberty, right?
I think at puberty, that's when the reproductive stage reaches. At the puberty stage, we expect the menstruation will have begun, or it will be soon begun. You know that there are girls who conceive even before seeing their first periods. They are there. They had never seen them. What else haven't I showed you? For pills, we have two types. Those who are breastfeeding 6 months below, and those ones who are breastfeeding above 6 months. This one always have one color, and we always follow the whatever the arrows. We always follow the arrows.
This is for breastfeeding.
Yeah, 6 months and below. 6 months and below. So where's the female condom? Have you? Female condom? I want you to get
Yes, I want to encourage young girls. This is the time that you're having with your parents. You've been in schools, you find like you come for very few weeks, then you go back to school. But I want to appreciate that parents, please, this is the right time. You need to be with your children. You teach them how to.
You're watching a Youth TV.